and sit down.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this sunny morning. You can tell it's sunny here because if my face is lit up, that's because there's a window right in front of me beaming in, lighting up this dome of chrome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hail, Andy. Hail, North Free. It is the exciting conclusion. Hello, Val. Hyper Kaju, hail the chat. Deltaverse, missed this yesterday. Go back and watch the replay, my man. You can do it. You see me doing this stuff when I come on. It's because I'm dancing behind the scenes. For those that don't know, me and a couple of my buddies had a radio show about 10 years ago here in town on a pretty big station. We were on once a week. And obviously radio isn't visual, but to get pumped up before we went on the air, I would get I would do a little dancing and stuff to get myself pumped up before we went live. Just gets the juices flowing. Couple things. I'm Andy Smth, 30-year comic book veteran. I know it's amazing, 30 years drawing comics, and I'm only 40 years old. Crazy to think about, right? I want to show you guys something I got over the weekend. It actually came yesterday. The mail came through, priority mail on Memorial Day. This is a holy grail book I've wanted to own forever, and I finally got a copy. Wiz Comics 22, the iconic Shazam Shazam Billy Batson cover where they're standing next to each other. I love this book. 4.0, it's a bit shy of a 9.8, but it's in really nice shape for a 4.0. And, you know, this book ain't cheap, so I'm glad it is a part of my collection now. Love this book. I love it so much. Watch this. Oh, my God. Oh, hello. Hello. Is it weird that I sleep with this under my pillow at night? I mean, it's hard plastic shell, so under my pillow, I don't really feel it, but it feels safe. So I got that, want to show that to you guys. Of course, I wouldn't be doing my due diligence. Val says, shit, I thought you were older. I might be a tinge, just a tinge. Remember these guys, shipping a couple more out today. If you haven't backed First Man yet, there are descriptions in the link below. Right down there in the description, there's a link for these bad boys, so you can jump on First Man, get the most exciting graphic novel in ages. It'll make you feel like a kid again. It will transport you back to that time when you were a young individual reading comics on that summer day, smelling the beautiful fresh air and feeling the sun beat down upon you. Okay. What you guys are actually here for, though, is the stunning conclusion, the finale of Stormwatch PHD. So let's jump right into it. Oh, we left off with the police precinct going up. Big explosion. So, of course, we pick up at the scene with the two Stormwatch dudes down here, front and center, feeling all boo-hooey bad about the building going up. Wow, you got the fire trucks and stuff. I can't remember this character's name, but he's either directing people. He's doing something, but they're spraying water on the scene. Once again, not a super exciting, not a super exciting splash page, but fun. Oh, let's see. We got some comments about First Man Deltaverse says, got my copy, Bart Sears variant in a program book. Thanks for all the extras. No, thank you, the fans. It's because of you guys that I was able to do those extras. North Free, First Man, providing hope for the future of comics. Dear God, hope. Yes, it is. Thou S. Apollo. Yes. So what I was saying is, you try to make every page you draw fun. You've got to, you just have to. So you look for elements. So honestly, drawing some fire trucks, that's fun. Drawing the different characters and stuff, the firemen in their costumes, and little details like the water puddling up on the ground down here. You got reflections and stuff. I mean, stuff like that is just, it's fun, and that's what I want to do when I sit down to draw, is have fun. If I'm not having fun, then I should do something else, like 10 Bar, Tom Cruise, flipping bottles all around, except one would come down and smash me in my head, so not cool. Page 2, he's all shook up. I'm all shook up. Hey, I'm all shook up. That's my Elvis Presley, because he can't believe what's happening. And this dude's like, look at my little device here. It's not a smartphone. It's just a little video device showing the bad people in the police station. He puts his head down in deep shadow. Small detail, zipper. See, it's not a button jacket. It's a zipper jacket. And this is important because if you're reading this book and a part of you is like, but seriously, what type of jacket is that guy wearing? You now know it's zipper. See? So he goes marching off. I'm going to go get this guy. I'm going to go take care of him once and for all. Hey, now, that's my job. No, it's my job. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. So they're at a bar, I assume. They're at some underground bar somewhere. I don't know where the scene's taking place. It could be this dude's hangout, his man cave. Maybe it's that dude's man cave. I honestly don't remember. But once again, part of comic storytelling is establishing the scene. And one way to do that is called tagging. Tagging is something my dear old teacher, Erwin Hasen, told us about in my first year of the Kubert School. Erwin Hasen, from Dondi comic strip fame. Dondi was a newspaper strip back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, drawn by Erwin Hasen. Erwin Hasen also drew Wildcat, the Golden Age character, in the Golden Age Green Lantern. Let's see. North Free says, yesterday, Andy, you said you used Photoshop for the smoke. When did you originally start using computers in your work? I'd say I started using I got my first computer and using Photoshop back in 1997, I think. 96, 97 is when I first started using Photoshop. But I didn't start using computers to do effects and things probably until 2006, 2007. Once I left CrossGen and I was at home and scanning my work more and stuff like that, I started playing around. Past Master Dan, I remember Dondi. So I hope that answered your question, North Free. Yeah, so tagging is where you do things in your panels and stuff to help show where you're at. So this scene right here in the first panel, if you lost all these beer signs back here, you wouldn't know technically they're in a bar. You'd know they're somewhere, but they could be in a basement. And just because you see liquor on shelves back here in these little glasses doesn't mean it's a bar, but you chuck in signs like beer, not just for breakfast anymore, and stuff like that, you kind of know they're someplace, they're in a bar or something. So that's tagging. So we cut into the close-up. Like I said before, I like moving the camera in and out, in and out. to give you the sense of movement. So we go from a long shot to a close-up to a tight close-up here, and then react. He's saying something important. He's like, so strap in your boots. Shit's about to get real, yo. And she's like, what? He's like, oh, again? She's like, all right, let's do this. He's just a grumpy puss. I don't know what she's thinking. And he's like, all right. And then I thought this would be cool to do some real stark lighting here where you only see this part of his face lit up and rest fading to black and just this little tinge of his eye. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I were to do it again, I might take out that little highlight of his eye right there to really fade it to black. Let me try something with my camera. Hold on. Get my head a little. There we go. Leaning forward. Now my chin's not cut off by my stupid name banner. So then we cut to a different angle of this bar. And once again, establishing stuff. A beer sign back here. Here's a electric meter room, no storage. So this tells you what this door would go to. So it's little things like that that weren't in the script, but I added just for the sense of realism, you know. And then she stands up in front and center and she's like, yeah, we're in. You gave us the pep talk to make us want to go out there and bust some ass, crack your knuckles. I'm trying right here. Obviously, I've drawn comics my whole life because these aren't cracking. These, look at these. See these? No calluses. These are womanly hands. No offense to women. Just saying. They're not hardcore hands. So anyhow, they're all sitting around saying, yep, let's go do this. This dude's cracking the knucks. And he's happy about it. He's like, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Let's break it down. Break it down. So, Past Master Dan knows these are soft as butter. Are we going to get more lady drama in the very last issue? We might. Honestly, like I said, I don't preview this stuff before I show it to you guys. I open up the folder, my OCD, all my folders are on my computer are very well organized. So this folder is titled Andy Stormwatch. I click on Andy Stormwatch, then there's a folder that says TIFFs. That's the type of files these are that I can send to the colorist. I open that folder and it just says page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way 22. I click and go, so I'm seeing it for the first time like you. Deltaverse Comics commenting. The character scale on the bar panel, though, I took a perspective for animation class, and I can't help but notice things. Oh, this one? Yeah. Trying to show the different heights of the characters and stuff. You know, they're different sizes and whatnot. And as you can tell, I like doing graphic shapes with black, so totally blacked out, black that, you know, no highlights and stuff. It's just from fun. It's from, as I meant to say. So anyhow, we cut to Zulo's bar. Does anybody recognize the artist in comics? She's a wonderful person, a wonderful artist named Chrissy Zulo. Does that name ring a bell to anybody? She's done stuff for Vertigo. She's done mostly covers. DC has made some toys based on her style of drawing because she has a very cute style of drawing. Anyhow, Chrissy Zulo. The reason this is Zulo's bar is because when I was working on this, Chrissy was going to the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. And, oh, Past Master Dan says, got to see some doctors, y'all. Have a good one and be nice to Andy. Thanks, man. And come watch the replay, dude. Good luck at the doctors. Hope it's nothing serious. Anyhow, Chris, I should say, when I go to the doctors, I'm at that age where I get the little ooh, 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 in the back door check. Not that comfortable. But let me tell you guys a little bit of advice. When you get to the age where you get the little rubber glove ooh, 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 in the back door, that's when you switch to a female doctor with small hands. Just my word of advice. So Chrissy Zullo was actually assisting me at the time. And she was filling in black areas for me. So I would ink a page, I'd shoot it over to her. She'd fill in some black areas. I'd have her rule some straight lines. I was teaching her about comics and stuff. So I said, hey, Zullo's Bar. That's one of the fun things. You get to put names in. So this was a fun panel, you know, little slice of life panel. A guy walking out of a bar, sign here, you know, just little things to show that this is a bar. The lights and stuff. North Free says, good advice. Oh, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's the sound, too. Like, when I get that check and I'm bent over the table, it freaks them out because they rubber glove it and they insert. And when they do, I go, ooh, 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 ooh. So, you know, makes the doctors fun. This dude's coming out. He sees this dude back here from Stormwatch. Once again, nice fun panel, shooting down the street perspective, you know, bus, different things in the street. He's like, uh-oh, whips out a gun. This dude is the mechanical guy, so he's got some type of force shield here to deflect the gun, the bullets or whatever. Uh-oh, what's going on back here? You see these two guys. Who are they? This guy is the skinny dude here. And this dude here's got his fist cocked back. So it's a little foreshadowing. Punch! Decks the guy right here. And then, you know, I don't remember what this dude's saying, but he's basically like, yo, I kind of had it, but thanks. And what's he doing? Transforming. Oh, I don't remember the Transformers soundtrack name. Oh, and this dude here was yelling to his buddy saying, get out here, we got trouble. So this dude transforms, and these three dudes, these three schmoes come running out, their guns in their hand, like, okay, yeah, I don't know if I should mess with this guy because he's huge, and he's got 4 arms. So I don't think our little pea shooter guns are going to do anything here. Let's turn the page and see what happens next. Oh, it looks like they took that guy into a back room. Smack! Wake up, punk. Smackadelio. Big hand here. Typical interrogation scene. He's like, yo, don't make me smack you again. Remember what that says, Wayne Brady. Don't make Wayne Brady smack a bitch. Throw the guns. It always works with Superman. Seriously, just throw the guns. The bullets bounce off them. Just toss the gun at him and hope that it hits him in the face. And even though it won't hurt him, that reflex of going, hey, don't throw something at me. Do you ever wonder if Superman does that? Like my kid could go, oh, and I'd reflexively be like, oh, even though I know she's not going to do anything. So if you throw something at Superman, is he so in tune knowing that nothing's going to happen that he's just like, whatevs? Or is he just like, well, hey, you got me. Yeah, this is a fun little panel. It's 3-point perspective, and you're looking at it going 3-point. Yeah, you got 1 point going this way, so you follow these lines here to a point somewhere over here. You got another point going off to the left, zoomy to the left, and then the third point going up this way somehow. No, North Free, I took perspective in dynamic sketching from CG. Oh, you guys in your chats. I love how you guys chat and talk with each other. It's so cool. So this was fun. You know, he's got his little vest on here. Mechanical vest. This dude, he's the heavy. You know, the guy doing the punching. And this was fun, drawing a little suit jacket, all wrinkled up and stuff. Getting some lighting in here. This was fun. Uh-oh. And he's like, you don't want my boy to get the drill out. And he's like, ring, ring. Getting out the drill. Holds his mouth open. So I put a camera in my mouth for this. Just kidding. I didn't. I did reference this somehow. I don't remember how, but I did try and figure out reference to see what would it look like looking outside a mouth out. So yeah, that's not cool. And nobody likes going to the dentist. This is horrifying. You should put that in a dentist office. Color note, please splatter blood on the machinist and Paris in panel 2. Also, little blood splatter on each of their close-ups in panel 3 and 5. So this is the machinist, and this is Paris. Sorry, this is Paris. This is the cop chilling out because, you know, he's a cop, so he doesn't want no part of what's going on in the warehouse. I remember it being supposed to be a pretty empty warehouse, so I did some empty shelves in the foreground. I love doing duct work and stuff. So anyhow, they come walking out. So the machinist, Paris, should have a little blood splatter. I don't remember if they did, but they got the job done. I like this dude here in the second panel, the cop with the split lighting, little clock back here for time passage. Man, I spit all over my Cintiq. My Cintiq is like right here. And I talk and get so into it, I just spittle all over. I spittle all over my stuff. But now the machinist, man, he's a sicko. He's like, yo, I love getting my torture on. And he's like, I don't want to hear about that stuff. Just, did you get the information? Paris is like, oh yeah, boss, we got the information. All right, good to know. Favorite panel right here, just because it's shooting through, you know, placing the camera in a cool way to shoot through a shelf. Things like that are fun. I like the wrinkles on this dude's shirt right here. And then here we go, a little close-up of this dude getting squirrely. So fun stuff. Oh, kicking it here. We got the cabin in the woods. This is a different cabin in the woods. A little interrogation, another interrogation supposed to happen. So we got a little cabin in the woods. This was fun with the trees and shadows. We cut inside. And this dude's just chilling. Old school TV. Because, I mean, come on. Dude's got this tiny cabin in the woods with an antenna. You think he's got a flat screen? No. I don't think I had a flat screen TV when I was drawing this stuff. Hey, dude, how did you know? Same cabin from Evil Dead. Fun fact. You know, it could be. So he's got his chips and his drink, watching TV. He's like, who the hell's there? Checking through the peephole. And it's like, uh-oh. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, wow, wow. Bow, ba, ba, bow, ba, bow, bow, ba, ba, chicka, wow, wow. We've got a lovely lady here. Decked out in leather. I mean, this is coming up to your cabin in the woods. What's that all about? And of course, he lets her in, and he's like, whoa, well, hello, little lady. Come on in. She sets him down. She's like, you sit your butt down. We're going to have a good time. Uh-oh. What's she doing here? Ooh. Of course, he's all giddy about it. He's like, yes, let's see what's going down in the fun zone. It is getting spicy. Oh, dropping a glove, dropping it like it's hot. He's like, oh, yeah. She's unzipping. Uh-oh, there's that tattoo. I can't remember. That's her powers. That tattoo will mesmerize you. I don't know if it's the tattoo mesmerizing him or the boobages with the lacy lace, but he's like, oh. I think I actually might have used a mirror for that expression. Yeah. This book is PG-13, so unfortunately, the next page, he's entranced. We don't know what happened, but she's like, come on in, fellas. This is one of my favorite panels on this page. I love this dude. I think it's Winter is the character name. He's just like, what is going on? You know, if you're done, you could zip back up. But what I actually like about this panel, I like this little bit of cross-hatching I did here. I like the different background elements, the far background here with the trees, framing up this dude, the shadows on the wall, my, picture, some dresser with something on it, just, little details. And then this dude's just a puddle on the floor because I think she can make you see things. Boobages, Andy 2021. You're damn right. Hashtag boobages. So this dude's on the floor, just like a blah. I mean, look, he's got stuff coming out of his mouth, spittle. Oops, back it up here. But this was a fun panel too. Just looking up, of course, you got the beams making up the cabin roof, ceiling. The roof is cool. Cross beams. Yeah, thank you very much. It's little things like this that are just, fun to do. Anyhow, she's like, yeah, there he is. And he's like, come on, what are you doing? And he's just like, okay, it looks like you got the job done. Pull back a little bit. And then she's like, all right, now I'm going to get dressed again. My work here is done. Oh, this was a fun page. Private jet on a hangar. So we got the long shot looking down on the airport. You got the jet pointing this way because I want to lead you to this panel. You got the car zooming in with the little dust coming off the tires leading to this panel here as well. So you want to lead the eye. So that's what I'm trying to do. You got the dudes getting out of the limo, background here because there's going to be word balloons. I just indicated it with some black. It's grassy, whatever. This was a fun panel, though, them getting out of the limo. They got their guns, got to get onto the plane. So, I had to reference a plane. And then they get onto the private plane, and he's like, what are you guys doing on my private jet? Once again, you got to make Hyper Kaju says so many great panels in this issue. Thank you. I appreciate that. You got to make the stuff fun. So, this is a nice perspective shot, just looking down the galley or whatever you call it of the plane, private jet. So you got the nice seats, little table, little monitors. You want to vary things up. So some of the shades are pulled down some are up. Just little details like that. Paris here is ready to kick some ass. So that was cool. Diva is like, yo, what's up? The lighting on this cat was fun. Light from here, light from the other side. So that was fun. Of course, the two bodyguards are conked out because a little ass kicking went down. So that was fun. Of course, shit's about to get real. Oops, stuff's about to get real on the plane. He ain't bothered by it. He's like, please, girl, please. You got nothing. And she's like, oh, little old me. So this is a fun panel. So this dude can phase through stuff. So he's doing his kitty pride through the floor, shooting. Of course, the man comes in to save the day and grabs the damsel to pull her aside. That was a pretty fun panel as well. So he phases through to the bottom of the plane. The guards here are knocked out. It's like, oh, shit, who's on the outside? This was a fun panel. It's funny, I like drawing suit jackets. Is that weird? That's weird. Yeah, suit jackets are fun to draw. You show a little motion with them and stuff, so he's popping down. So this wasn't just a flat black. I did this little seam of the plane, whether it's there in real life or not, I don't care. It just kind of helps lead everything as well over here. So he comes down, his arm points over to here, and it just breaks up this big black area with this little white. So that's why I did that. Here's a fun story about this last big panel right here. Uh-oh. Man saves woman. You wrong think. I know. If this was drawn today, she'd be saving him. Please. So Heat Wave, I can't remember what her name is, but she's got fire powers. Uh, he's obviously changing into his big check me out, I'm a badass forearm guy. So he's in the midst of kind of changing or raging. The machinist here with his device. But this is the fun thing. So I drew this and I sent it in, and my editor was like, "Oh, I don't think a cop would hold his gun sideways like that." Or sorry, do the right hand. He goes, my editor is like, "I don't think a cop would hold his gun sideways like gangsters in the hood." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but who cares? It's comics and it's fun. So who gives a crap how he would actually hold his gun? I don't care. He's not in uniform." He's like, "Yo, man." And I just think that's cooler. So sometimes you just got to go cooler than, what would legit happen. Like I said, I just think that's cooler that he's like, word with the gun that way. So what I did, same size panels here just to indicate that everything going on has the same equal of importance. So the bad guy, of course, what is with this guy? Bald goatee? He's a bad guy? I'm thinking I need to dye this black. I'm looking at myself and I can barely see this stuff. It's so gray. Anyhow, so he's capping. He's popping some caps off. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow. The machinist puts up his force shield because these guys could get shot. I don't think she has to worry about it or him. Oh no, ricochet hits the wing. What's held in the wing? Oh no, it's not a ricochet. Bullets bounce. That's right. This dude here is like, he shoots at the wing where the gasoline is held. This was a fun shot just with the framing. I probably could have done this wing black and done some burst lines here around this to give it more energy and frame this up. Oh well. They're shooting. He's going intangible, so the bullets obviously just go through him. Hey, remember you said throw a gun? Look, he's throwing a gun. He's literally throwing his gun like you suggested. Oh my God. Did you cut ahead of me? Come on now. So yeah, he's tossing his gun. But you're like, wait a second, he's tossing his gun. Why does the little gun hurt this guy? Because he can manipulate the weight and the density of things. So he threw the gun and manipulated the density of it to become really, really heavy. So it ain't just like a few ounces hitting him. It is super heavy plowing into this guy. And the machinist is like, no, man, you don't do that to my buddy. Blast. Probably, now that I'm looking back at this page, I really like the wrinkles on this dude's sleeve here. Wrinkles, full confession time. Full confession. Should I turn sideways for a confession? Should I get a grid fencing type thing here, like a confessional? I'm constantly working on, obviously working on my art to improve it and make it better, but wrinkles I've always found very difficult. So I'm constantly working on trying to improve how I do wrinkles in clothing. Holy crap. If I sound dumber, it's because I just blew some of my brains out. North Free, dear God, are you serious, Andy? A good take on gun tossing? That's cool. P.S. Didn't know. Nice. Yeah, it is a good take. Christos Gage is the writer. So if you're friends with Christos on Facebook or Twitter, give him a shout out. Mention my name. Tell him we had a fun stream talking about this stuff. Yeah, it was a good use of a gun. Throw a gun, make it really heavy. So the machinist here, slight head tilt. So anyhow, talking about wrinkles, I really like the way the wrinkles in his sleeve came out here. He's firing at this guy. Of course, this guy's intangible. He's like, dude, stop, please. And in color, not lit by fire. There's no fire yet, just gas leaking out. So I had to make that clear because the plane hasn't exploded yet, and I didn't want the colors to be like, whoa, let's really light this up. So I just went with some nice lighting here on this dude. Then we flip because he's basically saying something like, I'm about to light this bitch on fire. It's like fire, fire. It's the final countdown. Na, 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 na. So this was a fun panel to do. He's standing back here all cocky because he knows. He's like, I ain't worried about you guys. He's out of the plane. So he's like, look, everybody's clear. She's lighting up. You still got the gas pouring out. I like the hangars back here. The cop's like, we should probably get out of here because I think I know what you're going to do. Oh, yeah. Booty in the foreground. She flies up. She's got little sneaks on. I love little details like this. You know, she's got her sneakers, her bootay in the foreground with the body twist, and she's flaming it down, blowing that plane up. Another little detail here with the car and the reflection on the hood of the car and the roof and everything of the explosion. Windows are blowing out. Little things like that. So this was fun. She's like blasting it, and of course she got some lighting going on here. This was a fun panel. I did my best to make the solid black of her pants work in the silhouette. Always got to think silhouette. Make sure it works as a silhouette. So this dude ain't done yet. No, no, no. He's yelling at something. I don't know what, but you got the plane here. This dude comes walking out of the fire like Terminator. Oh, I think he's telling her to keep the heat on. So she's using her power to keep the heat on this guy. I don't remember why. I don't remember why. Oh, thank you. Might have to check this book out. Looks cool. Lots of action. Dude, Hyper Cashew. You can buy it for me. $10 plus shipping. If you're in the States, shipping's like $5, $6, something like that. So if you're in the States, Hyper Cashew, and you want to buy the book from me, just drop me an email and you'll get it. And I'll sign it, of course, and I'll throw in a little extras. So, you know, bonus. So anyhow, this is fun. This dude's walking out of the fire. And he picks up some of the wreckage here to throw. He's not a nice guy. So he tosses the wreckage. And she's like, what? And they're like, oh no, wreckage is coming. And then she uses her power to suck up all the fire off of the wreckage to save her friends. So this was a fun page from the standpoint of flow. And you're like, flow? Aunt Flo? Yeah, man, just email me. You shoot me an email, and I'll send you a PayPal link, or I'll send you my PayPal, and you can just PayPal me. Send me an email with your address so I can get you accurate shipping cost. And like I said, the book is $10 plus shipping. And to make it easy, I'll give you my email right here. See what I'm doing? I'm typing. So there's my email. So just shoot me an email, brother, and I'll mail it out. I got to mail some other stuff. So anyhow, back to this page. He's yelling over to here. So we follow his gaze to her. She points down to the bonehead villain here. We angle down to here. He's got his arch going this way, which comes down to here. So you kind of get the feeling of movement. I did smoke here, and with her here to frame this guy. He throws it. We're led up this way to her. She's sucking all the smoke up, but we come down to see these guys looking back into the scene. He's yelling something like, we still got to get him. I don't know. The cop's like, come on this way. So let's turn the page and see what happens. There's still a lot left. Oh, this fight ain't over. This dude picks up a wheel, picks up a tire from the jet and tosses it at her. What a dick. And then this dude ran. So hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, so the cop here is running behind the building. So throws a tire here. We got the cop aiming his gun. Now the dude's picking up the car. This guy is relentless. He does not give up. This is the villain of all villains, and he just wears a freaking suit. So he's picking up a car. They're like, oh, shit. This dude's here running to catch her from falling. We got the big bad dude here running in to get this guy. They're all just standing there. We pull in closer on the gun. Throw the car, hits the dude. Sometimes silhouette long shots are better than anything else. And they kind of settle the scene with a nice side angle. So we get the car hitting them, pulling closer. Oh no! The evil bald guy has the chick around the throat. What's he going to do? The other team members are knocked out. Uh-oh, blam. Let's turn the page. Skims his head. Is this dude that bad of a shot? Oh yeah, he's like the Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut, biatch, biatch. I'm the Juggernaut. Let's cut a wrestling promo. Ooh, yeah. I'm Macho Man, Randy Savage, and I'm telling you, brother, I'm gonna get you in that ring, and I'm gonna lift you over my head and body slam you down to the mat. Oh yeah, Macho Man. I just turned heel. Anyhow, so this dude's getting capped. Bing! Off the side of his head. What? So once again, you want to move the eye around the page. So we got his head cocking this way, right? His head's cocking over this way. The bullet is leading down to this way. So you kind of get the sense and feel of him falling, you know? So he's falling to the wayside, let go of her. She's like, oh, thank God I can breathe. This dude's coming up from behind like, yeah, I was the one that shot that dude. So he's unconscious, not dead. You know, he meant to wing him. He meant to do that. So, first Pete Smith, now Andy Macho Man Mania is taking over. Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage. So he's falling to the ground, lets her go. He's like, we got this, dude. We did it as a team. And it takes two guys to carry this dude. So they pick up his chubbo butt. You know, like I said, I like to do big panels on every page. I like to give the reader something to look at on every page that they can at least go, hey, that's really cool. So, you know, to me, this was the cool panel. You know, you got other characters framing the scene, looking on, lifting this guy up, little things like casting the shadow and his jacket and stuff. I like the way I did the wrinkles and stuff. It was just fun. And once again, I love knockout black stuff like that for the shirt. Wrapping up the story. So he comes into the interrogation room. He's like, yeah, I'm here. We're going to talk about this. You see a little bandage on his head. He's got a little bandage right there. So walking into the interrogation room, this was fun. I just, like, you know, throwing shadows, doing rendering, dropping out of the shadows, rendering on the back walls and stuff, just to give it a darker feel. He's handcuffed. I think this room has something that eliminates whoever's powers are in it, so this dude can't use his powers. He don't care. He ain't scared. He's like, bitch, I got this. Sometimes a nice evil close-up is what is called for. And he's like, do you have this? And then she walks in. The wife of the leader of Stormwatch. The big, bald, black dude whose name I can't remember. And she's like, all right, we're going to have us a little conversation about this stuff. You, my friend, got some splaining to do. Ricky, you got some splaining to do. Ricky Ricardo, You got some splaining to do. That's right. Do not tell her to calm down. It's the last thing you should be doing. So yeah, I grew up watching I Love Lucy reruns. So Ricky, you got some splaining to do. Or was it Lucy? Lucy, you got some splaining to do. It was probably Ricky, because why would Lucy talk with an accent like that when Ricky was the Cuban character? You know what? If I redid this page, now that I'm looking at it, I would have done this floor black. I would have. In fact, I think when I'm done going through this, I'm on page 19. I'm going to open this page up in Photoshop and fill this floor in black just to see how much of a difference it would make, because I think it would look a lot cooler if this floor was black. It would give more weight to the panel. It would be more dense. It would add more drama. So I think I'll do that. So she's using her powers now, because he's like, well, what are you going to do? Well, why are you coming over here? She's like, I'll show you why I'm coming over here. Uh-oh, using her powers. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. What do you say about that, punk? I think also I'm going to go into Photoshop. When I do it with the floor, I'm going to blacken in this side of his body and then blacken in all this too, to take out the reflected light, just to see how much more intense it could have looked. She's like, all right, I believe that's done. See, like, look here. I did all the black down here. It just looks so much cooler. So now they're taking him to jail. He's like, you're going to have some fun time rotting in jail. Of course, you got the other inmates going, yeah, fresh meat, if you know what I mean. That's a callback. So if you saw the beginning of the show, you'll know what means. If you didn't, you should go back and watch the beginning of the show. So we got that. Can I tell you, I really enjoy this guard right here. He's looking very cocky. That's right, not afraid to go back, try and improve. And, you know, obviously me filling in these black areas now means nothing because the book's out, but it's just to see what it would look like. I love this guard. I love his posture. He's just kind of like, screw you, dude. We are going to take care of you. I like doing highlights like this on the black pants. That's kind of fun. You know, and they go dragging him away, and he's like, no, you can't leave me in here, not in Gen Pop. It's like, oh yeah, Gen Pop. And then, of course, we're walking out. You got the little security cameras here pointing down at him. I can't remember if they come into play. So they're walking out of jail. She's like, what do you want to do now? He's like, baby, I need a nice, tall, cold beer. That's what I need. A nice, tall, cold Miller Lite. I need the champagne of beers. She's like, really? I never pictured you for a Miller Lite guy. And he's like, let me tell you something. Miller Lite gets a bad rap. I mean, seriously, if you go back and read this dialogue, you'll see that he's telling her Miller Lite gets a very bad rap. It is the champagne of beers. Put down that fancy stuff. Don't go to the local brewery. Just go to the local grocery store and pick up a Miller Lite. That's all you need. And she's like, I'll take your word for it. I'll have to try that. That sounds tasty. And he's walking away going, it is so good. Oh my God. You'll thank me for it. He's like, yo, Cochise, what's up? Everything's good. He's like, whoa, not now. I literally just explained to her, I'm going to get me a Miller Lite. Now you're coming all up in my grill? He's like, Miller Lite? What about Schlitz malt liquor? Dude's like, Schlitz malt liquor? Schlitz malt liquor? Classic drag away the bad guy scene, just him saying, no, I'll be back. High Life is the champagne of beers. It is. High Life, that's right. Not Miller Lite. High Life, that's what I meant. Anyhow, so this dude's like, High Life, champagne of beers, buddy, let's go crack us a Schlitz malt liquor. He's like, Schlitz malt liquor, come on now, let's not be stereotypical. So they walk into the lounge. He's like, come on, it's a party up in here, yo. It's a party up in this place. Everybody's waiting, chilling. Now, come on, let's call it a day. And he's like, you are way too happy. But you know what? I could think about this. Then we end on page 22. I don't know who died. Somebody died. We should go honor him. Like I said, I honestly do not remember who it was that they're. I don't remember whose funeral this is, but this was kind of a, it was fun to draw. Uh, you know, classic scene. They're all dressed in black. He's in his military garb, flag draped coffin. I guess this is pretty good for Memorial Day, being yesterday. Must have been a military guy. I don't. Who died in this series? I honestly don't remember. But anyhow, they're honoring a service member here. So there you have it. That's page 22. So, like I said, let's open up Photoshop, like I said I would do, and let's fill those blacks in to end this stream. I know, right? North Free says, how do we not remember who died? Must be caught up in Andy's antics. You are, but I tell you what, when you get the trade paperback, you read it and you tell me who died. Oh, Chris says, good job getting the flag right. So many comics draw displaying the flag incorrectly. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I'm a big stickler for reference, so I referenced it hardcore to make sure I got it right. So let's go to issue 12. TIFFs. Told you this is very accurate here. Let's see. I got to find the interrogation page. Oh, it's right there. Look at that. I killed it on the first one. No pun intended. Let's see what these areas would look like with the blacks filled in. So like I said, we'll go to this panel first. Image. Yeah, bounce it back to grayscale. Take my magic wand. Just select these areas. Let's fill that black. Oh, I should have done the floor black. Look how cool that looks. So cool. Let's see what this dude looks like. Like I said, killing this reflected light. Because the light coming off this is so intense, there does not need to be reflected light. Let's see. Oop, gotta do this a little bit too. Oh, that's so much cooler looking. If you can turn back time, if you can find a way. If you can turn back time. So if I could turn back time, I would go back to 2008 or 7, whatever this was, and I would fill this floor in black because that just looks so much cooler. I would even fill this in black. Hold on now. Hold on now. I just realized. Oh, man, look how much cooler that is. That is so cool. If I could look, it frames this people so much better right here. Nice framing device. And then in this panel, the light really just goes, no reflected light, just taking them in. Oh, that's so much cooler. I'm going to save this as V2. V2, so version 2. Maybe I'll open up a trade paperback and get a Sharpie out and fill it in. Just kidding. The only time I put a Sharpie on a trade paperback is if I'm signing it. So there you have it. Look at that. That's so much cooler filled in. Man. Should have done that. Should have done that. Darn it. Here's another thing I bet would look cool while we're at it. Who needs to see? Get rid of the stuff that doesn't help the story. We already know he's sitting at a table. For the love of God, do we need to see the table legs? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Who needs to see the table legs? Man, this is cool. I'm going to save it. Save version 2. You know, when I become super uber popular and they're like, we need to reprint all of Andy's stuff. We're going to reprint Stormwatch PHD. When there's that Stormwatch PHD movie and they realize this storyline was so awesome and they reprint it, I'm going to go, dude, use this color file, please. And they're going to go, no, shut your mouth. You're not even coming to the premiere. So that's my life. All right, guys. It's been an hour. I got to do some stuff around the house. I got some drawing to do. I appreciate you all joining me this trip down memory lane with Stormwatch PHD. You have to tune in tomorrow to see what we talk about tomorrow in the chat. So tomorrow you will have to, what's going on, Ancient Cub? I'm signing off. That's what's going on. Catch the replay. Tune in tomorrow and we'll go over something else. Once again, for everybody here, if you're new to the show, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Agent Cub, comedian in the house, can you start over? Sure, this is how I started. Get yourself First Man, the program book, the graphic novel, links in the description below, shipping out daily. So please help back us indie creators. And I tell you what, I will be back tomorrow morning, same Andy time, same Andy channel. So please join me tomorrow for another exciting episode. Until then, bye-bye, everybody.